coming, folks. You've been hearing it for so many years, but according to a leading scientist who says the Southern California section of the San Andreas Fault is now primed for some action. San Andreas is the state's longest fault and one of the most dangerous. Chief Correspondent Jonathan Hunt live in Los Angeles for us. So, Jonathan, what are they seeing in this fault at this point?
Well, some pretty stark warnings, Martha. We haven't had a big one along the southern section of the San Andreas Fault as earthquake scientists define a big one since about 1857. But there's obviously been a lot of earthquake activity around the globe recently. You'll remember the terrible pictures we have seen from Ecuador, for instance. So now they're saying San Andreas Fault long overdue. And when you look at a map of the San Andreas Fault, it's about 800 miles in total in length, right along California. But it's that southern section near Los Angeles that they're concerned about. You see San Bernardino and Riverside marked there, suburbs of L.A., and they say that that section looks ready to go. The quote, in fact, from Thomas Jordan, director of the Southern California Earthquake Center, was this, quote, "The springs on the San Andreas system have been wound very, very tight, and the Southern Andreas Fault in particular looks like it's locked, loaded, and ready to go." Frightening words, and every earthquake expert we've been hearing from in probably the last decade, Martha, has been saying the same thing. The one thing they can't agree on is exactly when it's coming. Martha?
Yeah, and boy, would that be helpful. So how bad do they think, looking at where this is, it could be? And has anything or can anything be done to mitigate the damage?
Well, first of all, on the preparations, they say that we should be prepared for an 8-magnitude earthquake. Obviously, that is absolutely huge. They put out a simulation, in fact, of what the shaking might look like in the L.A. area. And a 2008 U.S. Geological Survey report said that if we had something like a 7.8 earthquake, for instance, it could cause something like 1,800 deaths, 50,000 injuries, and something like $200 billion in damage to the Southern California area. So this is a major problem. But for a long time now, a lot of buildings in LA have been retrofitted. There are new standards, so they've done everything they can. But if the big one comes, it's going to be bad, Martha.